here at Bike Dock, and this is my Pivot Firebird.
Okay, so you were on a Trek Slash last year.
Yep, Trek Slash 9.9. Sold it. Kind of had my eye set on the Pivot Firebird or the Switchblade, and this is what I ended up going with.
Was there something you liked more about this than the Slash? Because your Slash was pretty sexy.
Yeah, the Slash was awesome. It was super quick. It was agile. We did a demo day last year out of John Muir, and I got to actually test all the Pivot bikes. Which was super cool. Thank you to Pivot for doing that for us. But I really liked how grounded this one felt. The Slash, it was super quick, super agile, but when you're going downhill through chunkiness, did not, it handled really good, but it was almost too...
Trail bike?
Yeah, it was almost too traily for me. And this one, just taking her down a chunky section of trail, it's like I couldn't get the tires to break loose at all. Coming into a corner, so the bite of this bike that it actually gave me for stability was way more significant than what the Slash provided for me.
Gotcha.
So,
I hear that a lot from a lot of people.
Yeah,
kind of similar. The Slash is just a big trail bike.
Yeah.
So,
and I loved it because that's actually what I was going for last year. Is I wanted something that was flickable, playful. This year, going for a couple different races this year, hopefully, and I'd like to be a little bit more stable when I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So
yeah, for sure. Cool. What is your favorite part that you changed on here so far?
So far, favorite part that I've changed. Oh, that's a hard one. I've got two favorite parts, I guess. I switched out the KS dropper post for the Axis reverb from rockshox. Works awesome. So far, I've had zero problems with it. Rode it in the spring, in the winter, had no problems with it. But I'd have to say that the all-time biggest was the wheel swap. Olympic Supply built them up for me, but we got the Industry 9 Hydra hub with the micro spline for Shimano, and they're laced up to the new Zipp 30 Moto rims. So that's got to be probably my favorite part of the bike so far.
Is there anything you want to change, or you're looking forward to swapping out in the future?
The only other thing that I'm looking at changing, just because I already have it, is I was looking at swapping out the stock stem. I've got the D&D Copperhead and the gunmetal gray, which looks pretty cool.
Have you always ridden carbon bars?
No, definitely not. Last year was the first year that I gifted myself a full carbon bike. I sold that one and it paid off this one, so
Sweet.
It worked out pretty good in my favor.
How many miles have you actually taken it out on trail yet?
I've gotten out about 5 times so far on this bike. Otherwise, if you count all the times in the parking lot where we were building in the snowbank, it was like 10 or 12. But so far, I've got out about 5 times. We'll be in Tennessee here at the beginning of March, and I'm looking at dialing in the suspension within that week and trying to get race ready for this season. So.
Cool. Are you going to do the full Lake Superior series?
I don't know if I'll do the full Lake Superior series this year. I might just jump in and do more of the ones that I thought were incredible that I don't think I could miss again. Otherwise, this year I'm going to try to do some of the EWS qualifiers and see how I mount up against some world-class riders and see what happens, I guess.
Speaking of Lake Superior Gravity Series, what are your favorite ones, or which ones do you not want to miss?
The ones that I don't want to miss for this year would be Miner's Revenge. Blew my mind. It's just a little small little town in the middle of nowhere, but the trails were incredible. Miner's Revenge was super cool, and then Marquette was amazing. It's always a good time up in Marquette. Marquette and Miners were the two that really stuck out to me the most. Duluth was awesome. It's just a little,
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a drive. So.
Are you going to check out the new Wisconsin race?
I didn't even know that there was a new one.
There
so
is, yeah. It's like in May. It's like
yet.
the first week in May.
So I haven't looked at the races yet this year, but yeah, this year we're gonna try some other races. Gonna race in Tennessee at the beginning of March, see how that goes, and then from there, hopefully we can start our own trail and our own race series this year at Alpine Valley. So we'll see what happens there.
All right, so you want to talk to me about the DW link?
Yeah, so Dave Weigel designed the suspension linkage for this bike. That's why it's named after the DW link. So it performs really good. The anti-squat numbers on the Fox float with the DW is really high. So when you're pedaling, you don't lose a lot of momentum moving forward. But then when you're going through the chunder, it fully opens up the travel and gives you a lot of suppleness in the rear end of the bike. Works really well. It also has the flip chip, so you can do the low or the high bottom bracket height, so you can change the geometry numbers of the frame depending on how you like the feel of your own bike.
Yep. So I see you're in the low setting right now.
Yep, I've only used it in the low setting so far.
Do you plan on trying high at all?
I'm gonna try high, yeah, at the local trails around here. So far I'm gonna keep it in the low position until the trails open up for next season.
Okay. All right, show me that Axis dropper post.
Yeah, so super easy, wireless, press the button, pow, comes back up.
I will say you did let me try it at the fat bike race we did, and that is the best SRAM product.
Pretty flawless.
RockShox product ever made. Do you know how long the battery life is on the lever and the post?
They say, I think it's 200 hours that you get
in one charge.
Yeah.
Holy
You're supposed
cow.
to get a year to 2 years out of the battery in here because it sleeps, and then this is rechargeable. So you're supposed to get about 200 hours out of the Axis reverb. So
wow.
So far
Super
I've charged
impressive.
it about halfway, and I've used it quite a bit, and it hasn't yet ever died on me. So pretty cool.
I see you got the 1UP tool built in there.
Yeah, the 1UP EDC tool, super cool. M1, I don't like to have clutter on my bike, so I'm not a huge fan of the water bottles. I'm not a huge fan of carrying seat packs or anything, so just a super simple way to carry tools on your bike without actually condensing anything else. So stores inside the fork tube with a special top cap that threads into your fork. Pretty much comes with everything you need. It's got a chain breaker, multi-tool, tire lever. I've got the tire plugs inside of here, or you can always put in the CO2 as well. So got the bacon strips, the tire plug, the Masterlink pliers, and a multi-tool. So it's pretty much got everything that you could ever ask for if you're out on the trails.
So you switched to Shimano XT this year. Are those the 4-piston or 2?
These are the 4-piston brand new Shimano brakes that came out last year. I had the old models. I had the previous model to these on the Slash last year, even though I was running the SRAM group set.
Oh, I thought, yeah, okay. I thought you had the SRAM brakes also.
No,
but okay.
No, I had Shimano. I am a Shimano brake guy. I'm not a huge fan of the SRAM brakes. Not to say that they're bad or anything like that.
No, I completely agree with you.
I just like the lever feel of the Shimanos.
I think that's the BMX guy, because every guy who comes from BMX feels the same way.
Yeah, for me it's just the feel, and I've always been a Shimano brake guy. So.
Do you notice a difference between the redesigned XT and the old XT?
A little bit. Seems like there's more modulation to the new 4-piston XT than there was to mine last year.
Okay, cool.
So it seems like they don't pull. It's not quite that pull and stop. It's more. It's got a little bit more give to it. So
Gotcha.
I can actually slow down going down a hill without coming to a complete stop.
So on the suspension, are you running any volume spacers? Do you run your suspension a little stiffer or a little softer?
I love mine super stiff.
Okay.
I'm a stiff guy. This will be the first year that I'm trying something new where I'm going with softer rather than super stiff. So this will be my first year where I'm running not nearly as much pressure. I'm also going with some more recommended settings than I did last year just to start out the season. Last year I went pretty crazy on the stiffness and suspension side. I ran 3 spacers last year. I'm still running 3 spacers, but I am changing up how I'm running the air pressure and the compression. But that might all change too once I start riding it a little bit more. So.
And last question, do you know how much the bike weighs?
That I don't. It's supposed to weigh around 30 to 32 pounds, but I've never actually stuck it on, and I've never stuck it on a scale.
Cool.
I have a scale. Could check
Sometimes
it
you're
out.
better off not knowing how much your bike
Could
weighs.
check it out.
Worried about hitting his fat bike. Oh, pretty sweet.